And incoming trade tariffs, those could upend Georgia's digital processing industry. Many of the companies that help carry out your online purchases, they're based right here in Georgia.
But the Chamber of Commerce is warning that industry could take a big hit. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasoris explains.
There's a huge digital service industry here in Georgia, services you may take for granted, like shopping online and seamless transactions. The Georgia Chamber of Commerce says they're already seeing companies pulling back and looking for ways to make cuts amidst the global chaos, which could include layoffs. Chamber CEO Chris Clark says Georgia relies on China, Canada, and Mexico for goods. They rely on Georgia for billions of dollars worth of electronic processing services to help get those goods to customers. Now increased tensions over trade negotiations have them threatening to find those services outside of the U.S.
So I've heard from companies that are literally losing $4 to $6 million a week right now. And so if we have those services somehow hit, prohibited, monitored, regulated in a different way, it could cost Georgia jobs.
Clark predicts the greatest impacts could be felt by fintech companies along Transaction Alley in Metro Atlanta, payment processing service providers in Columbus, cybersecurity providers in Augusta. On Sunday, President Donald Trump told reporters tariffs would bring in a lot more money with the return of more manufacturing, but it would take time.
We're going to be taking in a lot of jobs, a lot of plants and factories. They're already coming.
Georgia sells more services to the rest of the world than we use, to the tune of $21 billion. Emory professor Ray Hill says that means Georgia's service economy has more to lose if tariffs move forward.
You find out a new, unexpected effect of it every day.
The chamber is urging businesses to look for new markets while they lobby in Washington to end negotiations to help Georgia businesses. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.